Okay, so this was sort of the easiest way to give you guys a rundown of the way that I support myself emotionally with supplements and essential oils. And I know the essential oil thing and the stigma behind it, but I've actually been using oils now for, I guess, Kemp 7, so for 7 years. And there were just a handful of things that we always used. I replaced our Benadryl with, what is it even called right now? I can't even think, with something called Tri-Ease. Then I ended up, hey there! Then I replaced anything. I have really big like stomach issues, especially when we eat out. Like I get just terrible indigestion, and it drives Bray crazy. So there's something I take for my stomach issues called Digestin. And I really just had a handful of things that I used for like 7 years. Then this past summer, I bought them like through my mother-in-law, and just I was like, hey, I need more of this or more of that. And then this past summer in 2019, I kind of had a heavy relapse of anxiety and depression. And so my dear friend who has used essential oils forever, she was like, you really need to get on this particular regimen. I think you'll find it helps a ton. And I was like, I am not doing that. Like, I've been down that road before, and honestly, it was too complicated and I was too inconsistent. And she was like, no, I'm gonna fix that. And I was like, okay. And honestly, I was willing to try anything because my counselor at the time was like, hey, look, you're not getting better and it may be time to supplement with something pharmaceutical. And I was like, and I'm definitely not against medication. Please do not hear that. But medication for me caused side effects that were worse than the anxiety and the depression for me. So it really didn't work for me. So I was trying to find something else. But at the same time, when I was so low, it was going to be helpful to have something to work in the interim. And I knew I would just have to come back off of it. So I met with my friend and she wrote me out a very simple plan that as a mom of 5, I was able to do. And for those of you who have ever been on medication for anxiety or depression, we describe it sometimes as you go outside and like the sky is blue again. And in 2 weeks, I experienced the same, lifting, if you will, with my supplement and oil routine that I did with pharmaceutical medication. So everybody keeps asking me, and I keep, being like busy, I guess, and haven't had a chance to share it. So I'm going to kind of go over very quickly what I do each and every day as part of my support for my emotional support as it relates to anxiety and depression and just stress and overwhelm and all the people and all of that. So anyway, okay, so the one thing I do is don't pay attention, and yes, this will be backwards. Do not pay attention to this little rectangle. I kind of switch this out with different things each month. But these are the everyday vitamins that I take. They come in bottles, but honestly, I'm too lazy to open 3 bottles twice a day. So my friend was like, okay, order this little contraption from the Container Store. And I did, and I peeled the labels off of, and I know a lot of you already use these and you're like, oh my gosh, this is great, isn't it? So anyway, I peeled the labels off of the bottles, put it in this little thing, keep this where you're going to use it every day, not like in a cabinet that you're not going to use it if you keep it in the cabinet. So I open this up, take the things out that I need, boom, done. In addition to those, just regular everyday vitamins that work better than anything I've ever tried, and I hate swallowing stuff. In addition to those, and these are going to be backwards, and I'm sorry, I'll do one of these in the morning, one of these at lunch. I don't take this one at night because it actually kind of gives me a little bit of energy and that I need to get through the day. Not like an energy drink, but just like emotional motivation, right? And then I take this Copaiba, and I do take this one 3 times a day when I'm really, really needing the support. Just for everyday maintenance, I typically take 1, sometimes 2. This is called Copaiba, and this is actually kind of comparable to like CBD oil. It's not CBD oil, but it's comparable to that as far as it relates to effects and what it does for your body. So I do those 2 things each day. I very quickly take this balance, and I have a little roller bottle on it. I roll it, you can't see me, but I'll roll it up and down my spine for that one. I take this one that's called adaptive, which yes, is also the thing I swallow, and adaptive does what it says. It helps you adapt to what's going on that you cannot manage at the time. And I'll actually take that one and put it over my heart and sometimes on the back of my neck. This is one of my favorite scents in the world. There's a lot of oils that were really hard for me to get used to and I didn't use for a long time, and they've grown on me. Then I take this one called Motivate, because when you struggle with depression, it's really just saying, I have no motivation. Maybe you're not sad. I'm not a sad, depressed person. I'm a lethargic, unmotivated, depressed person. So I'll take Motivate, roll it on my wrist, rub, rub, rub. I'll take another one called Cheer, which self-explanatory. Rub that one on my wrist, rub, rub, rub. And that's my daily thing. Sometimes I'll switch out my Motivate and Cheer for some other things, but for someone who's just wanting to get started and kind of experience the benefits, either if you're coming off of medication, if you're trying not to go on medication, and I'm not a doctor, so you would definitely need to evaluate that for yourself personally, but that's basically what I do every day. And I was very hesitant to try it because I know that I'm inconsistent, but when I made it a simple situation, it worked for me. And then a little bit later, I'm gonna try, the girls wanted to share their own things that they like in their diffuser and kind of the regimen that I was able to find for them that's simplistic and supportive. There are kid oils. Actually, I do have this. I don't have all the kid oils with me. And it's different blends for kids. And these are life-changing. I have a friend whose son is very, very shy and just did not even want to go to his group like karate. He was just so nervous and embarrassed. And she said that she would put Brave over his heart, and well, he's not doing it right now because of quarantine, but he got to the point where not only did it help him want to go to these group classes, but it just changed his entire outlook on things. Can you link that container, please? I am going to try. I got that a long time ago, so I'm going to look it up and see if I can find it, but it's on the Container Store, and we also maybe need to look on Amazon, and if you find it before I do, share it with me, because my friend found that for me, so I'll try to look into that. But anyway, so these are just some of the things that I do, and I feel like that for someone who, like me, wants the emotional support but really just doesn't have the energy or the bandwidth to do another thing, this is something that you can do. And I should have thought this through before I jumped on here, but I need to kind of I probably would rather get with you one-on-one if you're interested and figure out exactly which things you need. And I actually will text you what you need to do each day. And then after a few weeks, you'll figure it out, and it'll just be very, very routine, and you'll be feeling better. And that is going to set you up for more success to get these things done that are being required of you now. So I would love to help you. Just send me a message if you're interested in any of those things, or if you're like, hey, I'm kind of interested, but what are you even talking about? And we can talk through it that way too. So anyway, I hope you guys have a happy Saturday, and I'm going to try to see if I can upload these fun videos the girls did into a little video. I don't know. But anyway, that's it. Bye.